Is TNA better than WWE right now? And the answer is, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, WWE reached its low rating since I believe it's like 1996. Like, it was incredibly low. And like, things are really bad in WWE. I mean, I thought things were bad last year, but Jesus Christ, things are even worse than what it is now. And the reason being is because the storylines essentially don't have any substance. If you look at the Matt Hardy Jeff Hardy thing, it didn't take itself serious. That is the problem that I personally have with WWE. A lot of these indie guys coming in, unfortunately, when they come in, they turn around and say, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up. Oh, I'm gonna beat you up." Okay, there's no storyline in that. Matt Hardy had a bloody drone, okay, going, "Brother Nero." Matt Hardy was going in a bloody in a lawnmower, and a lawnmower driving down with his fucking hands out, going, "Brother Nero." You had fireworks being set off, fire to people. You had Jeff Hardy fucking swanton bombing off a tree. You had fights in the river. You had like fucking Jeff Hardy transforming into Willow in the water. You like. And by the way, that groundskeeper, Matt Hardy's groundskeeper, or the caretaker or whatever, he needs his own segment because the guy's a legend. But in my personal opinion, I just feel that, like, at least TNA, they took a risk, and it's paying off. TNA is actually doing something good, at least. And WWE, unfortunately, at this point in time, are not doing anything. They are not, like, let me give you an example, okay? You have Dean Ambrose, okay, and I like Dean, I really do, I don't want to bias the guy, but Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. I'll see you at the pay-per-view. I'll see you at the pay-per-view. There is no storyline for that. There isn't any backstory. There's no... It's the same thing over and over again. The problem with a lot of these stories, if you look at maybe like Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn, or if you look at, Cesaro facing someone, or Rusev versus Titus O'Neil, or whatever it may be, unfortunately, the problem with the storylines is, and it's a fact, is that it's the same thing. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. I'll see you at the pay-per-view. I'll see you at the pay-per-view. That is the problem with the way things are right now. And TNA is mixing things up. Listen, let me tell you something right now. A lot of people say to me, "Oh, you take the piss out of TNA all the time, blah, 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 blah." Okay? And that's all, like, listen, I take a piss out of everyone. I take a piss out of WWE, TNA. I take a piss out of all these major companies. Because, I like to entertain you guys and make you guys laugh. That's my philosophy. However, if I see a promotion that's doing better than another one in terms of storyline, I'm going to say it. And I'm going to say TNA is doing a better job than WWE right now. Now, the question is, what does TNA do after all of this? What do they do? What is the next philosophy? What is the next thing that they are going to do down the line? And that is very key. TNA have got a lot of praise. They need to take that praise, take the ball, and they need to go with it and do something. What I personally believe is that TNA needed, like, and like I said, early in this video, is that WWE, if you look at, like, Rusev versus Titus O'Neil, whatever, or you look at, if it's a Seth Rollins and a Dean Ambrose thing, they take it too serious. They take the wrestling too serious. That is the problem that I have with it, is that they're taking this shit too serious. And with TNA is that they're just going all out. It's like, it's like throwing a paint with a lot of colors in it, throwing it on the wall and seeing what's happening. And it's working because they are not taking it so serious. One of my favorite groups right now is not the Wyatt family. It is not the New Day. It is not it is not any of the groups in WWE. It's DK in TNA. My favorite group right now is DK. Because god damn it, they're fucking amazing going down there with Manson music and I think Abyss and Crazy Steve and that group in general I really enjoy because they don't take it serious. They don't take it shit serious. You have like Bray Wyatt saying the world is bad and we have to do something, and I'm Bray Wyatt, look at me, I'm a drunk in a bus stop. Like, That's the problem with wrestling. That is the main core that is an issue, is that wrestling, they take it too serious. Even fans take this shit way too serious. I just want to be back in Raw. Back in Raw when it was great, they didn't take that shit too serious. They were joking around, having a great time. You had Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold. They went all out. They didn't take it serious. They went, oh, the hell with this. We're against WCW. We got none to lose. Let's just throw something out there and let's see what happens. And that's why WWE was a success. And WWE has lost that desire. Because they are on top, because they are constantly on top all the time, they have lost their killer instinct. Vince McMahon has lost his killer instinct. And that is a crying shame. Because WWE... Listen, I don't know. Listen, a lot of people say to me, and I never spoke about this that much, but a lot of people were saying to me, oh, about the PG rating and WWE and should it change? And in my personal opinion, it needs to change. I think the PG era, there was some good things with the CM Punk situations and stuff like that, but overall it was a failure. They are calling this now the new era. It's official on Wikipedia. It is now an official new era. I think that they need to go back to TV 14. And I don't care what anyone says. I see a lot of these guys saying that it shouldn't and it wouldn't work or whatever. But at the end of the day, how are you going to expect great things from these wrestlers when they are restricted to what they can do? Okay? Restricting someone is going to make them weaker. And that is the problem with WWE right now. They need to go back to TV 14, and I will hold on to that to my dying day with great storylines and with great stuff that's going on right now. Because TNA, with the Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy situation, with the fireworks going off, it was so goddamn fun. And there were people saying, oh, I hate it, and it wasn't great, and shit like that. Listen, don't lie to me, you were entertained. And I actually liked the fact that it was almost like, Lucha Underground, when they do, like, segments, there's, like, background music and stuff. I really enjoy that, and it's something I think wrestling might need to get into. Don't overdo it, but I think that they should invest something where the promos, like, dude, going into promos and shit like that, you have TNA, you have Decay coming down and Manson music, and they're entertaining people, and you have, a lot of those guys in TNA, you had, Matt and Jeff Hardy's promos were hilarious. But WWE, if I'll give you an example, you have Dean Ambrose going to the middle of the ring, then you have Roman Reigns going down the middle of the ring, then you have Seth Rollins, I hate you, I don't like you, let's beat each other up. Like, come on, just give us some story, give us something with key edge, and it's just such a shame because, and listen, I bash all these guys and shit like that. I always say bad things and I'm like, oh, he sucks or whatever, but at the same time, I do it out of love for WWE because I really hope, and I think if this brand split if this brand split's a failure, I think WWE is gonna fail. They have to do something. Yes, granted, they ain't got no competition, but what happens when you got no competition and nobody's watching you? Who really is the winner? Who really is? And that's all I gotta say, guys. Just to let you guys know, I will be checking out UFC 200. I'm gonna be checking out the Brock Lesnar fight. I'll see if I'll upload a video for it. We'll see how it goes. But I actually did a bet on UFC as well. I actually did bets on it. I betted on 5 competitors to win and shit like that. I was talking to a few hardcore UFC guys, and they were like, oh, they're actually good picks. I was like, oh, I'm surprised because I don't really know that much about UFC. I'm only really interested in the Brock Lesnar fight. I was interested in the John Jones fight, but unfortunately he's done now for steroids, so he's out. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Guys, this is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out. Never thought I'd have to make a video that TNA is better than WWE. How things have changed. See you later, guys.